You know what? We're going to let Margaret, my conjoining sister here, old hillbilly hippie, introduce this one. This here we're going to be talking about wormwood. Here you go, Margaret.
All right. So we're going to talk about wormwood. It is, you know, I don't read the Bible. I couldn't tell you what's in the Bible. But today I was reading the Bible, and I noticed that wormwood is mentioned in Revelations.
Yeah.
So what is wormwood?
Okay, let's understand the meaning of wormwood. In Hebrew, it means something bitter or something destructive or something of evil. Okay, all the above. It's mentioned in the Bible. It talks about wormwood. But I'm going to reach right back over here, and I'm going to pull my commentary out. Boom. This is my old commentary. I've had this for a long time. See there? So we will turn over here to Revelations.
Revelations 8:11.
Yeah, Revelations 8:11. I should have had this already marked. I apologize, but I didn't.
And then, yeah, and then
Revelations 8. Yeah, here we go. We're getting real close to it. All of this is in Roman numerals. There's 7. Damn, I had it marked. I had it marked. Here we go. The interpretation between the 6th and the 7th seal. Just as John inserted the parentheses between the 6th and the 7th seal, so he does between the 6th and the 7th trumpets, where it mentions wormwood, the proximity of the end. The mighty angel will appear, and he will be known in Hebrew as Regalia. Regalia. And in Regalia, in Hebrew, means wormwood. And it says also right here that the message could relate to an asteroid, a celestial body, or a global event. Why don't we say that it means all the above? Many of you people have asked about Nabaru. Nabaru. I want to show you some pictures. This was a crop circle that was sent to me from one of my friends in England in 2016. It was in the southern part of England. I do not know where at. You can see that.
Put it closer. There.
Can you see that?
Okay.
Now, the interpretation of that. It shows the Earth's cycle of the planets lining up. Well, let me get back up here. Yeah, there we go. If you can see right here, let me get my pen. I should have had a marker here. Right here, here's the Earth planets lining up. That's the Aberlin cycle. What is this? Well, it's coming this way. There's another planetoid system. There's another planetoid system. 1, 2, 3. Nabaru, Planet X. Nemesis, the Death Star. Now, that don't really say much there, but this was taken on May 20th, 2016. This was taken from the Hubble Space Telescope. This is frame 16 used on camera 7. And this is an actual picture of Nabaru. Can you see that? NASA, the European Space Agency, the Soviet, well, Russia, China, people in Peru, they all know about this celestial object that is coming from beneath the sun and behind the sun. People down in the South America, like Argentina, southern part of Chile, the Antarctica, they can see this. People in New Zealand, Australia, you can see it. How about my astrophysicist down in, I think it was Australia, Javi? Haven't heard from you lately, Javi. You ought to send me a line. Tell me what you've been viewing. A place just south of Tucson, Arizona. Used to be Native American land. Belonged to the Chiricahua Apaches. The Catholic Church wanted to buy some land there to build a telescope. The Native American Apaches there wouldn't sell it, so the United States government condemned the land. It's nothing but desert. Why would you condemn desert? Maybe the cactuses wasn't growing properly. But anyway, they condemned it and sold 128 acres, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 228, to the Catholic Church. And they built a $2.1 billion telescope. One of their telescopes is known as the Lucifer scope. You can't make this stuff up. It is true, people. And they've been watching the southern hemisphere for the last 8 years. What are they looking for? Well, these are pictures that I took in 2016. You can see the sun. You can see a strange object below the sun. Is them clouds? No. That's heat emissions that's coming off both celestial objects. This was sent to me by Alec Newman on May 5th, 2017 from the west coast of Australia. This was taken with a simple 35mm camera. No digital. It is in color, but unfortunately my printer only prints black and white. That is not the moon you see there, people. That is the sun in the middle, but what is that off to the side of it? Thank you, Alec, for sharing this with me. This is another one of my pictures that I took on August 29th, 2017, almost a year ago. Wormwood. Can you see it? I have a high dollar camera. I have a high dollar lens, and it's a night lens, but I have to put a special cover on it, and unfortunately I can't afford the special cover because, well, YouTube's not paying me enough, right, Margaret?
YouTube's not paying us anything.
Very good. This picture, I'm going to have to show it to you very close. This was taken on October 14th, 2017, right here where I sit. You can see the sun there at the bottom. What is that at the top? Now these rotations change as the earth rotates. 1 month it may be below, the next month it may be above. This time it was above. Wormwood. The Catalina Skywatch, using their IRA, that's infrared alignment telescope out in California. Frank Lawler from Catalina Skywatch. 3 frames right there. Can you see them? One blocks out the sun, but look at that little dot that's sitting off there to the side. That is the celestial object. And if you look real close, you might see 2 of them. Wormwood, Nabaru, Planet X. They stated here a while back.
And are they also referring to it as Planet 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me
I've heard Planet X, Planet
These are some of the broadcasts. This was taken in November 15, 2012. Can you see that?
No, bring it down.
There we go. A rogue planet could be existing. And it was last January, matter of fact, NASA, those who don't know what NASA stands for, never a straight answer. Or not a space agency. They were watching this celestial object move in. They were theorizing that there could be another force out there, another planet, but they did not find it yet. Well, that's crock of bull. They did know where it was at because Carl Sagan wanted me to come to Washington back in 2009 and tell them, how did I know these things? Well, we'll put that right there. And this was in 2012 when they discovered it.
And that is NASA, correct?
That is NASA. But it waited till 2017, January 2017, to tell the world. Yet Russia knew about it. China knew about it. I find it disturbing. I mean, you know, we as a species knew these things. The Sumerians knew about it. Zachariah Sitchin translated some of the cuneiforms and said that this celestial object known as the Red Dragon would pass the solar system every 3,600 years. I know what the PhDs and the alleged experts say, that it's only a myth, it doesn't happen. Well, a lot of events that is recorded in ancient history all the way up to the present last 200 years have been aligned with some type of celestial force. And what we have seen now, and what NASA is not telling, is that this object is getting closer. And as it gets closer, the magnetics on Earth will be affected. It's why we are seeing the pole shift that we're seeing now. It's why a lot of GPSs have to be recalculated and calibrated every 15 to 20 days. That is a known fact right now. And as it gets closer, the Earth's core is going to heat up from the pressure it's bringing. Now, when it brings the pressure, it's also going to be pushing asteroids. And once it goes by, it's going to be dragging asteroids. And these asteroids have to find a new home. And guess where that new home will be? It is wormwood. Kala. Hisha. Pirana de Koyora. That is Sumerian, means the flight of the red fire. As you look at the many pictures that are out there that are being filmed about Planet X, Planet 9, Nibiru, whatever you want to call it.
And isn't there some, I've heard that the
Anunnaki live there?
Yeah.
Let's go back in some of our older videos. The Watcher Angels, the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, they're all one in the same. The Anunnaki were almost destroyed when the war came out of the heavens. Some of them stayed here. But what is going down in South Antarctica? The many nations that are flocking down there. I don't know. But I suspect that Buzz Aldrin saw something that he almost had a heart attack over. You guys know about that. Why was the Pope down there? Why was the
Secretary of State?
Yes, Secretary John Kerry down there. Why was Krill from the Greek Orthodox Church down there? What were they seeing? Big possibility that the Rapha Draconians have a base down there. It's only my speculation, but well, you know, the Draconians have bases here in this country. Oh, Lord. What will you do when all this is told to you and you see it for yourself? Will you probably say, you know that old hillbilly over in Tennessee? He may have a scrubbly little stubble going on right now, and sometimes his hair's not combed, but you know what? Him and his sister, they warned us. And what in the hell do I do now? You know, people, you have time. You surely do have time. What do you think about that, sister? Oh, hillbilly hippie? You know what?
Honestly, it's overwhelming. If I really sit and I think about it, it's overwhelming.
It is
Because
overwhelming.
not only do we have Yellowstone,
You got the Draconians, and now you've got a celestial object coming in here. Fear-mongering, you call it what you want. You know what? It's not fear-mongering. It is the facts. It is the truth. The data has always been staring you in the face. And I kind of joke about this. And of course, it's nothing to joke about, but I can't help it. I mean, with all the pressure and the temperaments that is taking place, I have to find a little laughter somewhere. When all this unravels, rolls out, you know what most of the people will be doing? I don't say all the people. I said most of the people. They're going to have their iPhones. They're going to be out there going, wow, dude, ain't that cool? Wow. That'll be the last thing they ever see. They won't even get to see their final product because it'll happen so rapidly. And all the gamers and the Pokemon Go mongers and all the ones that, well, the great rapture is coming. You'll be asking yourself, wow, I went to church every Sunday and I tithed every Sunday faithfully. God forgot about me. No, God ain't forgot about nobody. We haven't forgot about nobody. Maybe you just forgot to listen to what we were saying. You know, my sister put on some lipstick today, combed her hair. She's here sitting next to me making me look bad, but you know what? I'm drinking my last cup of coffee. People, we love the world so much. And I will tell you this, if we did not love you and did not care, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. We would let it fall upon you so fast, you would never know what hit you. Ain't that right, sis? So on that, this is part A.
I want to talk about
okay.
what states are safe.
What states are safe?
Yeah. And what do people do that live in Australia? Or
Well, let's
the
start with
UK?
our friends in Australia. You're going to be safe to a certain extent, but what's going to get you is the ash cloud. Look at the records from ancient, a few hundred years ago when Krakatoa blew. You guys in Australia heard it. That's what, 1,000 miles away? You guys are going to hear Yellowstone when it blows too. How far is that? 12,000 miles away? The ash cloud will gather on you. If you've got farmlands, it will destroy them. If you've got drinking water, I suggest you start storing it because the drinking water is going to be non-drinkable.
What if somebody's got well water?
If you got well water, that could be a blessing. Have it covered and protect it because you're going to have people that are going to be desperate. I say protect it. People who are desperate, love them. Accept them as your tribe, as your people. Now, if they come in there waving guns and machetes and everything else, defend yourself. I don't think that's going to happen, though, because them people are probably not going to make it. Defend yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Take care of your loved ones. Take care of the ones that you have embraced. Know who you're with. Know your surroundings. The safe zones here in America, it's going to be just part of the northern tip of Alabama, goes through Chattanooga, all the way up through the Appalachian Range, up to the Iron Dike. I guess I just murdered that word, Julie, but that's how I pronounce it. The Iron Dike Mountains, parts of New Hampshire and Vermont. You're going to survive it. We're all going to survive it. It lives in these safe zones.
Ohio.
The Ohio Valley.
Kentucky.
West Virginia, Kentucky, the western central parts of Pennsylvania will survive it. Portions of New York will survive it. If you live on the East Coast, you will not survive it. If you live on the Gulf of Mexico, you will not survive it. Portions of Texas will crumble because the 13 states that I have already pointed out to you are sitting on top of this magma chamber. This magma chamber, when it cracks, it will implode on itself and in its curtains. So people, I'm going to end it right there. This is part A of video 5, and I'm going to go get me a bite to eat, and we will be back and I will do part B. I wish all you guys were here because they've got one heck of a Mexican restaurant here in this little town of Lafayette. And maybe you all will come down and see me sometime and we'll go have us some authentic Mexican food, and it won't cost you an arm and a leg either. On that, we love you, and we'll see you in part B. Bye.